a bit more of a test for you, perhaps, against an Everton team who've made a wonderful start?
Fantastic. And I was just saying that, I'll say this to Walter tomorrow. Officially, it's just good management. Fantastic management, because every year they've had to sell these players. This year it's Ball and Jeffers, 17 million. They buy one player in the top of the league. Now I'll tell Walter tomorrow it's luck. Nonetheless, it's fantastic. And I think they'll make a go at it tomorrow. I think they'll have a go at us.
How much of a test do you think Everton will be for you tomorrow?
Well, I have to say that when Duncan Ferguson is fit and playing the way he is, he's a handful for any player in the world. I think he's that good at that type of footballer he is. So I expect a big test from him. You know, I think that'll be a challenge to us tomorrow.
Well, you've got Laurent Blanc making his debut. He said he relishes the physical challenge of the Premiership.
Yeah, but he doesn't know about Duncan, does he? We were talking about him yesterday. I was explaining about the type of player Duncan is, you know. And he's quizzically looking at me and saying, no, I can't be a human being like that. But he'll find out tomorrow.
Just to touch on that, Sir Alex, there has been surprise that you've changed your central defender, that Stam has gone and you've brought in Laurent Blanc. Can you rationalise that for us?
Yeah, I mean, you read all sorts of things, but I just felt that the type of players we have in the club, we have a lot of quiet players. You know, Wes Brown, Phil Neville, Mikael Sylvester, even Ronnie Johnson are quiet lads. And I just felt we need someone who organises and talks. And I know he's French and his English is limited at the moment, but his communication is not a problem. That we expect to improve us.
So is Laurent Blanc then integral, do you feel, to the development of your own young players?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And without talking too much about Stam, was he not the player at the end that you initially signed?
I wanted Blanc, so the equation had to be solved, how we get Blanc in. And I see Wes Brown. I think Wes Brown is the best centre-half in England, without question. I think he's a better player than Campbell. I think he's a better player than Ferdinand. He's younger. I think it will be a fantastic player.
The newspapers, I know they're not always your favourite people, and there's been that training ground incident with Dwight York this week. Can you just underline for us that as the manager of Manchester United, you make decisions about players' future on what takes place on the field, not on their timekeeping?
Tony, it's not the miracle of the world that Dwight York's straight late. God, I wish he had a penny for the times it would be. It's his nature, he's such a relaxed individual. So I gave him a ball and I said, look, Dwight, you're driving me mad here. But you think of the papers, it was out the door. I mean, it's crazy to think that.
What do you do with the returning internationals? People like Giggs, who was unfortunately sent off, Beckham, who's played those two games. Do you rest them against Everton?
Well, it's a fair point, because everyone keeps wanting to talk about everything. When one journalist says this morning, oh, the place will be flying, I said, well, why is it? I've had Holland knocked out, I've had Wales knocked out, Norway knocked out. There's other players we've got to consider this place. It's not just about England players, you know. And a lot of them are disappointed. You know, Ruud van Nistelrooy is disappointed, because everyone would actually would think Holland will be favourites for World Cup, one of the favourites for World Cup. They're out. So it just tells you about the fragile nature of football, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you've got a man management job then before Everton?
Yeah, I had a chat with Ruud yesterday, and had a chat with Ryan, had a chat with Ole Gunnar and Ronnie Johnson, and because they're my main concern. I know, don't need to worry about English lads. It's flying. Roy Keane's flying. You know, don't worry about these lads. So once they're down.